Hi, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea, welcome back. Cinco de Mayo. This is the original version of La Bamba, not doing the Los Lobos version. Let's give Richie a little bit of love here. It's a tragic plane crash back in February that took the big bopper, Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, but this song remains, and it is on the, no kidding, Rolling Stones Top 500. La Bamba by Richie Valens. Song, and we sure lost a big one in him. From wherever you may be around this great world, away we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Shack in Oregon. We made it. We did it. Man, oh man, it's great to see you guys. It's been a week, right? Gee, happy Cinco de Mayo. Here in the U.S., we celebrate that. It's our way of honoring our Mexican brothers and sisters. So a happy Cinco de Mayo to all you. Good to see you. Happy to be back, too. Man, it's great to see you guys. Wow. The stories I could tell, the things I could say. But, it's not, we had nice weather yesterday. We brought back with us from California, and today it's raining again. But it is the way it is. First up, let's welcome folks to the show. We want to thank you for joining us here on Ham Radio Live. The whole idea is to try and help people get in amateur radio, as well as do a daily talk show where we talk about radio, the radio hobby itself, whether it be ham, shortwave, CB, whatever. We welcome everybody here to the show, so we're grateful you're here. First one in. It is the 7th time he's done it. It's a miracle, and people now, I think, might be thinking there must be something going between Larry and Ape, but it's not true. Smoking Ape, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. It's like the 8th time. I swear, there's nothing going on between us here other than we're friends, okay? All right. Spike, welcome. He is now Spike, U-Boat Radio Man. Pretty cool. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming to the show today, Spike. Nice to have you back. Jeff, almost first, November 4, Papa Oscar Delta. By the way, Jeff, thank you so much for all the great work you've done on the Discord channel. Man, it looks great. I looked at it when we were in California. I'm like, I could never do all of this. So, Jeff, thank you. You and Dirk both. Thank you so much. Mean that very much. Roger McKeon and Molly are here. Hi, Raj. Good to see you. Very happy Thursday to you. Jeff, you were close. Andy, Mike 7, Charlie Union November. William Myers, the state of Wisconsin, Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India. Mike, good to see you. Not first, but still here. Hola, it is Whiskey Echo Charlie Bravo 640. Welcome, first timer. Nice to see you, brother. Nice to have you. Goodness. We got Kev back. Hi, Kev, from the state of Iowa. Kilo 0 Kilo Lima Bravo. Spike Radio Man. I sent some pics on Discord, and I was first. What? Okay. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but we'll just say that we're grateful that you did. Thanks, Spike. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the sun in American Pie. It's neat, right? Yeah, a lot of American Pie people realized the day the music died was February 3rd, 1958. That was the day the plane crash in Iowa happened that had Richie Valens on it, the Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly. It was just a tragic thing. And it was interesting because, it was preventable, but they were tired of being on a cold bus. The story behind that's phenomenal. Hi, Swordfish Radio. Good to see you. That's Golf 7 Foxtrot Tango November. Martin, it's great to have you from Lindsay in England. Thank you, Martin. Good to be with you again. Charlie at Red Summit, November Juliet 7 Victor. Hi, Charlie. Gosh, that was fun on Sunday. Thank you for giving me a wonderful time, and I felt so welcome on your channel with you and Dan. Thank you. Thanks very much. That means a lot to me. Steve, Mike 7 India Whiskey Hotel, welcome back. It's good to have you as well. Gary Strong, my friend from Las Vegas, Whiskey 9 Papa Yankee. Gordon's here, Mike 7 India November Tango. Hi, bud. Good to see you. I hope things are going well with you and your mom and that you're having a good day today and a nice night's sleep later on, okay? Keep up the good work on your YouTube channel, Gordon. Hi, Robert. Nice to have you as part of the show. Sean, 2 Echo 0 X-Ray Bravo Tango. Welcome. Street News Now. Call Larry from Los Angeles. Okay. All right. Jim, welcome. Whiskey 6, Julia, India, Mike, good to see you. Jeff says I was hitting F5 nonstop until it showed up, of course. Greg from Bettendorf, Iowa, it's great to see you, and thank you for the kind words. It's great to see the show. It's nice to have the show back. I like to do it daily, but you come back from a 600-mile drive, and there's so much to do. And yesterday, Karen just needed a lot of time, and Bob had medical stuff. I'm like, I am only one person. I can't do it all.
Oh, Rocky's really mad now.
So I said, forget it. We'll just go ahead and do what we got to do. And we'll miss the YouTube show. So sorry about that. Hi, John. We're going to have a little picture of you today. Victor Echo 5 Juliet Hotel November. Nice to have you. Mike, who changed his call sign. Yes, it's true. He was Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta. Now Larry must learn a new call sign. This is unfortunate, but we'll do it. Kilo Golf 2 Mike, easy to remember. Nice call, Mike. Good job. That was great. That was great. Spike said, I was first, not on my end, man. Yeah, it's different from what you see on your stream than what I get, just because of lag. It's just because YouTube lag. That's the way it goes. Colin, welcome. Mike 0, Oscar Papa, X-Rays, nice to see you, as well as Mark Kidd. That's a first-timer. Whiskey Mike 9 Kilo. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. And I'm glad things are going good for you, Gordon. Let's get in the weather today, powered by Icon. Before we do that, I do want to welcome you to Amateur Radio. If you're not licensed, you can be. It's something that isn't as hard as maybe you think. Most countries have taken Morse code out of the requirements, so that's something you don't have to worry about. A lot of people were very, very, fortunate, like myself, when they took that out. So please, don't make that part of the worry that you have to get your license. Whether you're in North America or not, contact the American Radio Relay League at www.arrl.org. Contact us button, let them know where you live, that you want to be an amateur licensee, and then they'll send you an email back with a radio club that's close to you. You get to know that club, and they're going to help you get your license as well as on the air. www.arrl.org. Our show email here is cq@hamradiolive@gmail.com. Discord channel at ham-radio-live. Lots of stuff there, good because of Dirk and Jeff and all the hard work they've done, and thanks again. It's amazing what they've done. Today's the day, by the way. We're on WRMI. Yep, we're going to talk about MUF. CQ Calling's name of the show. It's powered by ICOM for the love of ham radio. It already went to Hawaii, South Pacific, Australia, New Zealand. But if you're that way, you can hear the show at 8:15 UTC on 7780 kilohertz. I've heard it from New Zealand. Comes in strong. Really good signal. Europe, North Africa, the Middle East have the show right now, literally 2015 UTC at 15770 kilohertz. Also tomorrow, 2115 UTC on 7730 kilohertz. North America has the show tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on 9395 kilohertz. And the Caribbean, Central and South America have the show tonight at 8:15 Eastern on 9955 kilohertz. And that show also simulcast on the internet stream at www.wrmi.net. We've got a show question for you. Today is, yes, it's Tell Me Something Good Thursday.
Tell me something good.
Let me know something good that's happening to you in radio. We'll make it part of today's show. All right, let's get into the weather. We got a good weather segment for you today. To the weather today, powered by ICOM, by the way. ICOM for the love of ham radio. This is a good A1A. It really is. We've got a lot of SFI. We've got great noise floors, so it's a good day to turn your radio on. Backside of the sun, you take a look here. We've got a couple of sunspot regions you see kind of on the backside, but there's more coming. The magnetosphere view of the sunspots currently, you take a look. There are 5 available, actually 6, counting 3008, and that's a big player as it's coming our way. Keep a good eye on this one, 3006, as it's coming around the sun. We should have some big numbers from that. Also, 3004, 3000, 3001, and 2999 are still close, and so is 3005. So we've got some sunspot regions on the sun. From SolarHam today, fast-growing sunspot region and flare threat. This is from AR 3004. Here's the magnetic version of it. See how the red is on 3004? That's why they wrote this. They said below is an updated look at Earth-facing AR 3004, which continues to expand in both size and magnetic complexity. The fast-developing region has been producing C and M-class solar flares today, and there may be a chance for an isolated major X flare. This region will be monitored while it faces our planet. So again, that is 3004, lower center of the sun right here on the magnetospheric view. Your solar flare detection, look at this. It's been very active. The baseline is staying now in the sea level, so SFIs are up. The last 3 solar days, we've had an X 1.1, M 5.3, and an M 5.7. 4 sunspot regions to the front of the sun, visible 2999, 3001, 3004, and 3006. Also, I think we got a little bit more because you still have 3000 there and 3005 plus 2999 just coming off of the edge. So a few more sunspot regions there, but the main thing is conditions are good. Noise floors, look at this, quiet. This is wonderful to see. This means tonight on the lower bands like 40 and 80 and 160 and all of those bands are going to be quiet. Not going to have much static. Next 3 days sound quiet too. K2s for the next 3 days should be a good evening to use your amateur radio. Current conditions out of Boulder, SFI 130, solar number is 64, A-index is nice and quiet at 6, K-index is nice and quiet at 1. Love that. Positive BZ latitude of 2.3. Solar wind also is down, 369.9 kilometers per second. You can see the HF conditions. I think we're pretty close on that. 6-meter E-skip is open in the northern hemisphere. Here is what solar cycle 25 looks like compared to what progressions were. We've got a much higher sunspot cycle than people anticipated. Here is your MUF map. Sorry. It's good. It wouldn't come out. I swear it wouldn't come out. In Alaska, right about 14 to 15 megahertz. Here in the States, northern states, about 24 megahertz. If you're down south towards, Louisiana and Florida, you're on 10 meters, about 33 megs down there. Heading towards South America, well on 10 meters throughout most of the continent. Head over towards Europe, you've got good conditions. The UK at 23 megs. Trinidad right about 31, 27 out of southern Italy, and 22 in the Middle East. Head towards the Far East, Tokyo right about 15 megahertz, and Australia. You're waking up. I know it's a little dark there, but hang on. You've got good conditions coming your way. Easily a 10-meter day in Australia. Your ham and shortwave forecast for today, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Voice bands 20, 17, 15, 12, and some 10 meters. It works south to north as the day progresses in the north. It's going to be mostly 15 and 17 for go-to bands for DX, much of the northern hemisphere. But if you're in the south part of the United States or Europe, you'll get 10 meters. It kind of works that way. Mid-latitudes. This is so different because the mid-latitudes can get 20 meters all night long. They really are. And Tom from Bahrain told me, man, 20 is just all night long here. Same with 12 meters. It's been phenomenal. So great conditions in the mid-latitudes. That's tropic to tropic in the south. So towards Australia, South Africa, and South America. You have great conditions, 30 to 10 meters as well. And at night, great conditions to stay on the daytime bands too. Data mode should be good, 30 to 10 north and mid-latitudes. You'll find 10-meter data probably going to open up in the northern hemisphere, in the northern states or northern cities and countries there in Europe, probably around 3 or 4 in the afternoon when you start seeing some activity on the digital mode. So 30 to 10 should work, but you're not going to get it for all day if you're in the north part of the northern hemisphere. Nighttime handband openings tonight, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. And the best news is it's going to be quiet. It really will. There's some thunder activity in the southeast and stuff, but you're not going to get a lot of noise, which is great. Best DX tonight, 20 meters, work your MUF at gray line, work 20 as long as you can, and then go to 40, okay? You'll work some good DX there tonight. Shortwave bands, third day 1, 25, 22, and 19 for the daytime shortwave bands. Nighttime 120, 90, 75, and 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and the 19-meter band open in the north for about 2 hours after sunset, and the signals will fade away. Best bands in shortwave, definitely daytime 25 and 22. Nighttime, definitely 19 for sure. 25, 31, 41, and the 49-meter band. Today's rating for solar activity should be a 7. We have low noise floors, good SFI, and some good conditions. If we had 10 meters open in the north, it would even be better, but we don't, and that's why it's a 7, okay? Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you guys. Man, oh man. That's a long drive. It is. You know, it's hard to describe to people coming from Northern California up to Oregon. It's about 600 miles, and it just never ends. It just never ends. So we're just grateful we're home in our own bed and feeling good. Let's say hi to some folks and catch up with you from around the world. We're grateful you're here. So thank you for being part of today's show. Appreciate you being here. Dirk, thank you for being here. It's a great thing, and you've done such a great job on Discord. Thank you for what you've done. Reed, welcome. Had mentioned tickets in hand. We're going to talk about that today. And I hope you enjoy yourself in Dayton. It should be a fun time. In Xenia, Ohio. It's nice, you guys. It's nice to see. I've missed you an awful lot, really have. Jeff booked his reservation for Hamvention. Congrats, man. Have a great time there. Really mean that. Reed, welcome. Alpha Bravo 8, Alpha Sierra, it's nice to see you. Adam, Ocala, Florida, November Yankee 5, Leco, we missed you, bless your heart. I'd play the whole song, but I probably can't, so there you go. I mean that. Thank you, Adam. I've missed you guys too. And Charlie, thank you. This is one of my favorite radio shirts, the WCBS shirt. You know, it's fun because they kind of like, it's a lot like the way radio used to be. If you listen to WCBS out of New York, school, they have it changed format, made everything homogenized. It's nice. Be able to listen to it. Especially afternoons. Broadway Bill Lee. Gosh, he's just fun to listen to. Great, great stuff. It's like radio used to be. Rob, welcome. Good to see you from Los Angeles. Thank you very, very much for coming. Bass, hello, best Hamley in the world. Grateful you're here, and I've got some pictures from you, too, in today's show. I hope you like it. Jeff, he says, haven't gotten the tickets yet, but everything's paid for. So that's good. Robert Varner, MUF almost sounds X-rated. What? No, it doesn't. It's just the way it is, man. Yeah, it's kind of crummy. X-rated, no.
No!
Yeah, MUF, you know, the maximum user frequency, it's been so hard the last 3 weeks now because we were treated at 10 meters for a long time here in the north, and then it just kind of went south. So MUFs will come back up. We'll get that 10-meter band pretty soon. A lot of people buying their first stuff. Scott D just purchased my first base station setup. That's something good for me. Scott, that's brilliant. That may be the comment of the show. Really, his first base station setup. Remember your first? Seriously, do you remember your first one? That's such a cool comment, Scott. Thank you for being part of today's show. That's a wonderful comment. It is Tell Me Something Good Thursday. Let me know something good about radio. We'll put it part of the show.
Tell me something good.
All right. Bass will tell you something good tomorrow. I can go home. That's great. He's been in the hospital. That's good to hear. Good. Catching up real quick. Andy New, Mike 7 Charlie Union November, worked Slovenia for the first time last weekend. That's something good. Thank you for sharing that. Well, in Wisconsin, my something good, Monday afternoon, I worked Greece and Poland for the first time on FT8. I know it's just FT8, but my hex beam is still on the ground.
Tell me something good.
Wow, that's amazing. Good work, my friend. Scott's new setup, 991 Alpha with an X300 and an MCOM2. He also has an Alinco DM330 MVTP power supply. Scotty, well done. Good setup. Enjoy. Wow, first base. Remember your first? It was so cool. Your first station. Yeah, that may be a topic question for us to ask. It'd be good. Robert Varner, I photoed the sun today. Lots of sunspots these days. There are, and it's going to get great as we pick up solar activity. You know, you're going to have rings everywhere. I mean, they'll be in the mid, they'll be in the south, they'll be in the north. There's going to be a lot of them, and a lot of CMEs coming too. But it just continues to bring up the SFI. We're in such a good part of the solar cycle right now, guys. Please, good time to, upgrade your license so you can either get more power or more frequencies. It's a great time to do it because conditions are really warming up for sure. Greg in Iowa have been able to make a 10-meter contacts so far. Looking forward to making more 10-meter contacts. It's a fun band. That's great, Greg. Good. Yep. 10 meters is a lot of fun. And that's neat to hear you. So Iowa's getting 10. That's good to hear. Well, Will Myers, my something good too. I'm hoping to get a hex beam on the mast at about 30 feet up this weekend. We finally warmed up enough and the snow is finally gone.
Tell me something good.
There you go. Well, congratulations. I know it'll work very, very well. Hi, Wendy. Whiskey for Lima Sierra. It's always nice to have you. Thank you very much. Look at this. And there we go. I'm going to say it wrong. I did every time. WEC B640. Helios is very active. I got to work Australia last week, just before dawn. On the East Coast, only 2 watts. Congratulations. Good. That's a very good call.
Tell me something good.
That's a good call. That's great. Congratulations. 2 watts. It's amazing. People can definitely get a long ways with a lot less power than what you think. Dirk, there is the MUF map. Thank you for adding that to the show. That is the link to the Kilo Charlie 2 golf map. John Hummel Newell, Victor Echo 5 Juliet Hotel November, made his first DX call to Slovenia on 20 watts. Well done, John. Well done. That's great. You don't need a ton of power. You can do it with a lot less and have the satisfaction Love knowing you didn't need 100, right? Red Summit RF, that's Charlie. I'm heading to the hills this afternoon. 2 days of camping and Summit's on the air on Friday and Saturday. If that isn't good, I don't know what the heck is.
Tell me something good.
Have fun, Red. Don't get in any trouble with the snakes, scorpions, and spiders. Stay away from the 3 S's. You'll be fine. Welcome, Josh. We're going to talk about you today, man. Oh, I'm so grateful you're here. This is so cool. Josh, it's good to have you, man. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Josh, it's an honor to have you. Thanks for being here. Biggest YouTube channel for ham radio. He really has it. And I'm grateful you're here, Josh. It's an honor. Thank you for coming today, bud. Rodney, Papa Alpha 9, Romeo Whiskey, welcome back to you as well. Thank you for coming, Rodney, all the way in from Holland. Thanks, mate. Wow, look at all these people. A lot of people here. Steve says 600 miles length of the UK from north to south. It is interesting. Yeah, everything just changes as you head north and south. For example, down there in California, it's very warm. 90 today, but very windy. Had a lot of wind. As we came north, the wind decreased, and so did the temperature. So it wasn't the greatest. Weinard Weimerans, I think that is. Thank you so much. 6 meter was cooking 2 days ago. That's a first timer. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you. Thank you for coming. On 50 megs. Yep, that's great. On 50 megs here, I have like a neon sign. No kidding. Look at this. I'll show you real quick. If I go to 6 meters, look at 6. It's just because I have so much RFI here. Look, it's great. Isn't that just absolutely fun to try and work something like that? It's awful. No! Jeez. That is my 6 meters right there. And that's why I can't work it. So I have to go portable to work it. So thanks for the comment. Really, I mean that. It gives me hope. Jeez. Oh, gosh. Jim, in Walnut Creek, California, something good for me and ham radio. I found your show, Larry. Thanks, Jim. That's nice to say. That means a lot to me. Thanks a lot. Wow. Thank you. I mean that very much. All right, Swordfish Radio. It's good that my rig doesn't kill my internet anymore now that I moved to fiber optic broadband this week. That's a good something. Good? Yep, it is. Ron Walensky, welcome back, buddy. November 8, Whiskey Charlie Romeo. Remember, it's a reminder here, the ETA cord meteor shower is happening. MSK 144 scatter on 2 meters. Work that. That'll be a lot of fun for people that like to do that. That's good. Wynard had 35 contacts on 6. That's phenomenal. Well done. Wow. Good work, mate. That's great. Barry Wendon from the UK, Golf 6 Juliet Mike X-Ray. Welcome to the show. It's a good group. Good group today. Gordon says, I'm just programming my new to me Revis RT82. Enjoyed that. I hope you have a lot of fun with that. Just remember, I've got settings set for WRMI. I haven't reset them for you, so I'm sorry. There. Now we've got the right audio. Perfect. Too much. Perfect. Okay. Question. Hi, Larry. Victor 51 Whiskey. Always watch when I get time, and that is so nice. Wait, you seriously, Wynard, thank you so much. I said Wynard. I'm sorry, Wynard, thank you. This show exists to be a talk show about radio, where everybody around the world gets to talk about it and share their goods and their bads. And I think what I hope this channel becomes is a place that people feel, safe to ask questions, a place where people can be entertained a little bit and hopefully have some fun. It's a time to do that. And I'm grateful you made a live show. That makes my something good, okay?
Tell me something good.
Thank you for being here. Victor Echo 51, Whiskey. That's cool. That really is. Wow. Dave in Temecula is here. Hi, Dave. Whiskey 6 Charlie Romeo Tango. Nice to have you, as well as Anton. Papa Charlie 4 Alpha Delta. Another one from Holland. Good to see you. Hello from the Sam's Club parking lot. That's Robert, Whiskey 5 India Union Alpha. That's awesome. We've never had someone check in from Sam's Club. Robert, welcome. It's nice to have you here, as well as Ron, Victor Alpha 3 Foxtrot Union Charlie. Y'all are doing good, and I appreciate you being here today. Kev, something good. Here we go. Enjoying the new SDR Control iPad app from my IC705. Did my first FT8 contacts.
Tell me something good.
That's nice, Kev. Well done. Good job. Enjoy that very much. Enjoy that. Robert, Whiskey 5 India Union Alpha says, Robert Varner just brought an Anytone handheld. You'll like it. It's good stuff. They really do. They have lots of good stuff. And, I've got one of their shortwave rigs. I like it a lot. Really do. November 1, Alpha Quebec Hotel. That's Spike all the way from Montana. UPS just got here. Brand new FT91. That's something good, isn't it? All right, let's get in some news here for you. Speaking of Dayton Hamvention, it is coming up May 20th to 22nd at the Greene County Fairgrounds and Expo Center in Xenia, Ohio. The app has been introduced so you can be part of it on the internet, which is kind of cool. It's offered as a collaborative effort with the ARRL, the National Association for Amateur Radio. The free ARRL Events app is now available and already includes Hamvention's full program, so attendees can browse and schedule forums, find affiliated events, and prepare the extensive list of exhibitors. During the event, and attendees, this is kind of cool, can use other app features to follow the hourly prize drawings populated by the Dayton Hamvention Prize Committee and browse building and site maps. Good idea. Attendees also are encouraged to tap on the My Profile icon in the app to add their name and call sign, email address, and any additional information they'd like to share with other Hamvention guests. If you want more information, you can find this on the American Radio Relay League news site. It'll help you understand what you should do for Dayton Hamvention. Also, FCC is hiring electronic engineers who are just out of college. They're looking for people who are just out of college and looking for a one-year developmental program which can lead to a term or permanent appointment. Trainees are going to cover the agency's policy and rulemaking processes, technical training for a wide range of telecommunication services and technologies, and training on engineering and policy principles relevant to the fast-paced telecommunications industry. Say that 3 times fast. Additional duties and related training may also include performing propagation analysis of terrestrial, satellite, and or airborne systems, or evaluating the emission characteristics of various transmitters to validate the coexistence with neighboring systems. Visit USA Jobs for more information. That's USA Jobs for more information. Youth on the Air Summer Camp, an RSGB member, this is cool, a kid member that's part of the RSGB can be eligible to go to the Youth on the Air Summer Camp in Croatia this summer. No kidding. The Croatian Amateur Radio Association is going to be hosting the event. It's going to be from August 6th through 13th, and it's a chance in a lifetime for a young RSGB member to represent their country and national society. There's going to be great time to enjoy operating the latest amateur radio equipment both locally and remotely, kit building, and visiting the seaside in the capital city of Zagreb. Now, if you want to apply, or you know of maybe a youth between 15 and 25 that might be interested, please contact rsgb.org/YOTA. That's rsgb.org/YOTA, and hopefully they'll be selected as the person to go for this great camp in Croatia. 2 new GB2RS broadcasts. Okay. They're delighted, the RSGB is, that they're going to be having 2 new broadcasts on Sundays. With a nod to how it all started back in 1955, the RSGB has introduced a transmission using amplitude modulation. Now, folks in Europe, this takes place on the 80-meter band at 3650 kilohertz at 0800 UK time from the station of Golf 4 Juliet Bravo Delta in Bedfordshire. The intended coverage is the Midlands and the southeast of England, but it may be heard more widely when propagation is favorable. So remember, this on AM at 3650 at 0800 UK time. For those in the southwest, Glasgow area who are busy on Sunday mornings, we're now offering an evening broadcast as well on 2 meters. You want more information? It is on the RSGB website. Take part in SOS Radio Week. It's this month, my friends. Amateur radio stations get on the air to raise awareness of the invaluable work of the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, National Coast Watch Institution, and the many independent lifeboats and registered rescue organizations around the coast. Activity starts at 0 UTC on May 1st, so it's already going, and concludes on 2359 UTC on May 31st. Participants are encouraged to become an official registered station and make as many contacts as possible, mentioning the reason for the event during their contact. If you want more information, visit sosradioweek.org. That's one word, sosradioweek.org.UK. Last, service message for RSGB members. The RSGB president spoke about the new customer relationship management system at the AGM last Saturday. The society would like to pre-warn members that they will not be able to update their membership details from Thursday, May 5th to Tuesday, May 10th. This applies both to the online membership portal and for any telephone or email requests made to the membership team at headquarters. This time will be a transition period as the new system is brought online. Once it's active, RSGB members will be asked to create a new password to enable them to access the membership portal, and further details about this are going to be shared next week. This is the first part of a series of upgrades being planned for membership services. If you want more information, find it on the front page news of the RSGB website. And there is your ham radio news that we've been late getting you on, but we got it done. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of talking there. But that's good stuff. I think it's important we share news because the news that maybe we don't know, right, that's going on, and I try and pick stuff that's really relevant. One thing I miss, the ARL used to do a thing where they would talk about people, the monthly report, we would have a little fun at it, saying it was, the stuff that you don't do on radio. We play something like this. Yeah. They haven't done that for a while. And my hope is the new person that's in charge of the media relations at ARL will continue that, because it's good to learn maybe from other people's mistakes without calling out their call sign, because we never did that, but at least be able to show things that you can do in amateur radio and reasons you don't do other things. It's a way to learn. Hopefully they'll bring that back. I hope so, because that was a really important part to what we did, which was kind of fun. Ron in Canada, if you're looking for a simple, easy to program, Alliance HD1 is very easy to program. I hope I said that right. Is it Alliance? I hope it was right, Ron. Thank you for sharing that on the show today. That was a good Tell Me Something Good. Let's go.
Tell me something good.
Scotty D, if anyone has best practices, tips, and tricks for the 991A, send them my way. I'll tell you something, Scotty. You know what's good? Do this. Buy one of these. I have this, and this is for my old Yaesu FTDX 3000. I love these books. I really do. This is the Nifty 50 manual. Okay. A really good thing to have for your radio, because it's like a quick tip thing, right? You just turn the pages. I'll give you an idea what it looks like inside. So it gives you stuff right here that's in the instructions, but makes it a little bit simpler to read and easier to get to. So a Nifty 50 manual for the 991A might be helpful for you. Could be a good way for you to help learn the tips and tricks of that radio, because there's so much it does. Gosh, Wires X Fusion, you got the HF bands, and I don't think Yaesu really skimped on HF there. It has a great front end and works really well. Scotty, you bought a really good radio. Congratulations on getting a good first radio. Anton in Holland, long working with day, traveling 140 kilometers times 2 to Amsterdam, but he's had fun making contact with his colleagues. Anton, thank you. Good to have you back. Missed you guys. Gosh, have I told you, honestly, how much I missed you guys? Seriously, this has been a week, and I was so much wanting to do the show yesterday. I really was, because I missed not doing it. And then kind of everything went wrong in the family, on the family end. So you have to take care of that first. And if there's time left, come do this. The time it was finished was 3 in the afternoon, which is really late for Europe. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to give the rest of the day to my wife. So I thank you for your patience. I hope to be back on a regular schedule here, which will be at 19 UTC or noon Pacific here in North America. Thank you for your patience with me. I mean that. I really do. And by the way, Mike, that's a great call sign. Kilo Golf 2 Mike. Easy to remember. Dale, welcome. Kilo India 5 Tango Sierra Foxtrot. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being here. So, bless his heart, WECB 640. I'm going to say it that way because I'm going to mess it up if I don't smash the like button. Maybe Larry will play a shot of Gary and the Pacemakers. I love that. That's good. Okay, let's do this. This will be fun. Hold on. This will be fun. We'll do it. And Gordon, I'm thinking of joining a club. Do it. Gordon, seriously, that's the best thing you do. Join a local club to you. Be part of it, because they're going to teach you so much, and you're going to learn so much. Oh, man, Gordo, please do that. That'd be a good thing. All right, we're going to play a fun game. We've never done it before, and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to figure out what is the next song we'll play to start the show. So hopefully you guys will be ear ready and hopefully part of the segment, okay? All right. So to start the show out, I've got kind of a little bit, I have a lot of musical taste. You know that. I've played stuff from some rap, like we played last time, California Love. Remember we played it? There you go, little California Love. By Tupac and Dre, remember that? Okay, so we can also play other stuff. You know, there's a lot of stuff I could start the show with. You know, like this here. And we played this before, by the way, Sweet Home Alabama. Loved it. A lot of people love this. All right. Also, you could play something like this. Okay? Hold on. All right, how about this one? Instead of that, we could play this. Still the One by Orleans. It came out in 1976. We could start the show with that. Think about that. Here's another one. The song is called I Live. This is a great song by One Republic. One that I'd love to play the whole way through so you could hear all the words. It's a powerful message.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall.
Isn't that great? I mean, the whole song is filled with stuff like that. So we got I Lived. We have, we have Lived. We had Still the One. And everything goes into small squares. And I go, what the heck happened? And I think we had Sweet Home Alabama. Let me know, and we'll be part of the next show. All right? All right, we're going to take a look at our first radio. And we're talking about radios that you start with. Not necessarily you end up with, but you begin with. So I'm looking at radios that are used, okay? Not necessarily new. And I know like I could play an 891, right? Because it's under like 650 now. I could do that, but it's new. I'm trying to find things that are used that people can get. So I'm looking at this radio, and when it was new, I liked it a lot. In fact, I wanted it. It was kind of a baby 3000. It's the Yaesu FTDX 1200. This is from Martin Lynch & Sons out of London. It's a great group out of the UK, and they sell a lot of great radio gear. In fact, they call themselves Europe's radio store. Martin Lynch, want to thank them for the great video. This is the Yaesu FTDX 1200, a wonderful starter rig. By the way, also has multiple antenna inputs, but you're going to need a sound card if you want to do digital. Here's the 1200.
Right. Hello, I'm Steve Venner. I'm G0TAN, and I provide technical and engineering support to Martin Lynch & Sons here in Chertsey. Today I'm going to talk to you about Yaesu's latest offering, the FTDX 1200. I'm going to talk to you about what it can do, how easy it is to operate, and what a wonderful little radio it is in general. So the FTDX 1200 is the latest offering from Yaesu, and it's designed for the casual operator, but it can also be used in contesting, chasing DX, and given its size, for portable operation. It produces 100 watts on SSB, FM, CW. On FM and AM modes, you can also have the wide and narrow modes, wide and narrow filters selectable. So TX coverage on the amateur bands is from 160 meters all the way up to 6 meters. It also includes the new 5 meg band as standard from the UK, for the UK.
Keep in mind, guys, I need to broadcast first. This is an older video. This is not a new and current model. This has been discontinued. Again, this is the Yaesu FTDX 1200.
General receive coverage is all the way from 30 kilohertz all the way up to 56 megahertz. So it's quite wide. It has a great colour display, and that's really useful for when you're working your way through the numerous menu options which you can set up on this radio. So now what I'd like to do is show you how easy the unit is to operate. We start off with the basic. We start off obviously with a power switch at the top left hand side. We have the tune button for the internal ATU. Front key jack, there's also a key jack on the rear panel, and the headphone jack. And down here is a standard Yaesu microphone, 8-pin microphone socket. On the display unit, we have down the left hand side, we have the controls which control the antenna, which antenna you want to use, whether it's antenna 1, antenna 2. The IPO optimization, the attenuation, the roofing filter selection, noise blanker, and the AGC. Okay, all the buttons down the left hand side relate to this row of icons on the main display. So you can see if we were to change the antenna, we're currently set at antenna 1. If I press it, it goes over to antenna 2. I don't know whether you can see that in the video, but for now we leave it at antenna 1. And the same, every time you change one of these buttons, you'll see the appropriate icon change here. So for instance, the roofing filters, you can go from 3 kilohertz up to 6 kilohertz, up to 15 kilohertz, and then back to default 3 kilohertz. Okay. Below this row of icons on the display, you have the frequently accessed menu options, and they are navigated via the keypad here, this up and down and left and right. So at the moment we've got the analog style meter set to power output. If it's selected because it's highlighted in blue, what we can do is if we press the select button, it'll change to ALC, change to SWR if you want to look at that, compression, drain current, drain voltage, and back to power output. Drain current, drain voltage, and back to power output. And if you want to change something else, if you want to switch the processing on, for instance, you can just navigate across to that and then press the select button. And now there's no processing on. That's because we're in CW mode. The mode button is over here, and it's a sequential one, so it cycles through all the various modes. So if we want to go to USB, LSB, we have that. Now we should be able to set the processor on and off.
All right, I'm going to stop right there. It's a long video, and I encourage you to look at it if you're interested in this radio. I'll have it in the description section of this video for the Martin Lynch & Sons link, so you can see the whole thing. It's roughly 15 minutes, but it's good, it really is. Shows you how to use the radio, talks about what the buttons all do. It's an extremely good dive into the Yaesu FTDX 1200. What do I like about that radio? Excuse me, personally, I have the 5000 here, and the 1200 is a miniature version of the 5000. It doesn't have as much DSP power to it, but what it has is enough. It really does. That's a fantastic radio, guys. And when Yaesu said they were stop making it, I was really surprised because it really did fit a really nice niche and price for the consumer that was starting in the hobby. Now, I got to tell you, the prices for these typically are between $750 and $900. There's one currently for sale on QRZ. It includes the FF1 remote, the sound card, and that one's going for $900 shipped here in the States. Look for it on places where you typically try and find amateur radio products, and do your best to find one. It's well worth it. I think the 1200 may be one of Yaesu's best radios. It's too bad that they stopped making it. A good tip of the hat to Yaesu for a good radio. Really, yeah, that's important. The 1200 is a great radio in my mind because it has 2 antenna inputs on the back. That's great because, you can then, if you got a vertical and a dipole, man, you can just change and listen to each one. It's just nice to have a couple of antenna inputs on the back. So the 1200, nice radio from Yaesu, and we thank you for paying attention just for a short time as we try and start the starter radio section again for our new hams around the world. It's a good radio. Well worth the money, I think. Yeah. All right, let's get these people coming. This Saturday, Colin joins us from UK. His call sign 2 Echo 0 Union Kilo Hotel. He's going to talk about handheld units and a whole lot more. I'm really honored that Colin's coming. I mean this. It'll be at 1900 UTC here in the States. That's noon Pacific, 3 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. If you're in Australia, that's 6 a.m. in the Eastern Time Zone of Australia. Then on May 14th, a really cool show with Vance Martin talking about parks on the air. His call sign, November 3, Victor Echo Mike. He's wonderful at Parks on the Air information, has really good statistics, and can talk to you about working in parks, what it takes to activate a park, things like that. This is a wonderful show. Please join us at 1900 UTC for Vance Martin. Then coming up on June 11th, a really big show. I'm very excited for this. I almost get to the part, like what you're doing, what is it, Ed Sullivan, a really big show. But it is really good. This one is a very, very big show, and I'm so excited. I'm jacked to have him. Tim Duffy, K3LR, joins us on June 11th at 1900 UTC. Going to talk about ham radio contesting, as well as stuff at DX Engineering and his life in ham radio. Please join us, June 11th, 1900 UTC. That's noon Pacific, 3 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. I believe that is 6 p.m. in UK, and then in the eastern part of Australia in the morning, 6 a.m. Please join us for Tim. Going to be a really, really fun show. All right. Today's show, we're going to honor someone who's part of the group that watches the show. And this one really honors me because he's got the highest subscriber count there is on YouTube. So when he comes and he says hello on this chat, it means a lot to me because he's done a lot. He's worked very hard and he's really made his way in amateur radio and helped advance the hobby to other people so that they could understand it better. And of course, you know what I'm talking about. I've got to talk about my friend here. And this is cool. Next segment, enjoy. This is about Josh. Josh from Ham Radio Crash Course. How about that? I'm so grateful he joins us. Yeah. Look at what Josh has done. Continents of the world, 50 states, grid squares, U.S. counties. That's a tough one, but he's got it. Plus World Radio Friendship. Josh, incredible. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Take a look. Part of a good de-expedition with ICOM. Isn't that great? What a great photo. And here he is working from a summit. How about that view? And there's the picnic table. He's got everything set up. And look at those radios. Take a close look. Look at those. He's got a couple of K2s sitting there. It's just beautiful. Josh, beautiful picture here. It really is. Here's a little picture of his shack, the 7300 sitting there. He's got a nice screen set up. He's got the same, Josh, we got that same MJ clock. At least I shared that with you. That's a good thing. And here's another look at his shack with his keyboard and everything. Josh, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Thank you sincerely for watching this show. It's an honor for me to host it for you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. I mean that. I don't lose sight of that stuff. To me, that's pretty special. And Josh, you being here means a lot. So thank you for being part of the group here. Means a lot. Dirk, Josh also known as Ham Radio Crash Course, and that is his YouTube channel right there. Dirk on top of it. Thank you very much. All right, been a while. The Angry Cams, they're still here, and they're not very happy. Let's listen upstairs and see what they have to say from the Crow's Nest today.
So they blew up half the theater.
At least they blew up the right half. There.
Excellent. Angry Hams. I've missed them. I really have. All right, here we go. You ready? You know it's going to happen because we're going to say his name. It's just the way things go. All right, so the question, what is the name of the hill where Giergo Marconi... Of course it will go. Anytime his name is said, that goes off. Perfect. All right, what's the name of the hill where Giergo Marconi received his first transatlantic wireless message? Was it A, Radio Ridge, B, Marconi Mountain, C, Cabot Tower, or D, Signal Hill? Currently, it's a new game, 0-0, North America and the world. What's the name of the hill where Marconi made that first transatlantic message? And we will make it part of today's show. Good luck. It's just funny. It really is every time. Every time we say his name. There you go. First one in from the UK. He is the record holder, by the way, of the most answered in a row. That's 3. Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union November answers D, Signal Hill, and the U.S. is out of the. We're not in the lead anymore. Yep. He's right, Signal Hill. And by the way, it is really cool. Let me show you a picture of what Signal Hill looks like. This is where he did it. This is actually the location where Marconi made that first transatlantic call. It's in Newfoundland. And it's a wonderful picture. Take a look at this. Here is the actual memorial where he did it. Isn't that something? This memorial is dedicated by the Canadian Marconi Company to the government and people of Newfoundland to commemorate an outstanding event in the history of Newfoundland and a new era in world communications. The first transatlantic wireless signal was received by Giergo Marconi on December 12th, 1901, on this spot. That's where it came. Isn't that cool? Congratulations, Andy, for getting that right. Let's see who else got that one right in the show. Spike got D. So did Dirk. Mike, formerly Kilo Delta 2 Sierra Delta. He had B. Steve with D. Jim had D. Winder had D as well. Congratulations, Winder. That's fantastic. Red Summit, that's Charlie, had D. Jeffrey Porter, Alpha Delta 7, Lima, November, from my hometown of Portland, Oregon. Welcome, Jeff. I'm glad you're here. Jeff, I grew up in Southeast, right by 82nd and Foster. That's where I lived and where I first grew up. Anton with C, Jeff with D, Barry D, Cliff D. Look at all you guys getting this right. Y'all got it right. This is fantastic. Mike, I meant D. Robert Varner D. Seems everyone picked this, so I'll do it the same. Congratulations, y'all got it right. Next question for the second one of 2. All right, Radio teletype operation uses which digital character encoding method? Okay, so what digital encoding method does RTTY use? Is it A, ASCII? Is it B, EBCDIC? Is it C, binary? Or is it D, Fortran-4? Okay, A again is ASCII, B is EBCDIC, C is binary, or D, Fortran 4. Let me know with A, B, C, or D. We'll see if North America can get a little closer or if the world goes farther ahead. Congratulations again to Andy New. Andy, man, you think about it, right? Okay, Andy's starting out in amateur radio. And I'm really glad, I get to personally inside, I'm happy as the record because he started out, not long ago, but wanted to get his ticket. He was a shortwave listener. And I always find it really heartwarming that Andy's the one that holds the record for getting the most right in a row. Because it's hard to do that with everyone that watches around the world, and being able to be the first one in and do it 3 times in a row is very hard. So I'm grateful for Andy being that guy. Want to welcome my brother Bob, courtesy WIFI. Get back to the second trivia question, which is radio teletype uses which digital character encoding method? First one, Eamon Azar. Welcome back, my friend. November 9th, Sierra Echo Sierra. Answers with D, Fortran 4. That is not it, but thank you. Rob Q, D, Rocks, Freebird, Larry, do it. Thank you, Rob. It is not D, unfortunately. Steve in the UK, Mike 7, Indy Whiskey Hotel, says A, ASCII, and the UK got 2 for 2 today. Look at that. Yep, it is ASCII. Okay, 20-0 right now. The world is ahead. Yeah, it's just ASCII. That is the digital encoding method used by radio teletype. And what's cool is radio teletype, for people who might be new to amateur radio, is a really neat way for us to contact each other digitally without speaking on a microphone. You simply use your keyboard, all right? And you can use it for your keyboard. You type in the message, your radio encodes it and sends it out your antenna. It's great. But it's something that is not used like it used to be. Digital modes have kind of evolved over to FT8, but radio teletype, a lot of contesting still for radio teletype, and that's how it works. Just works with ASCII encoding. You guys have done well. Today's question is a good one. It's Tell Me Something Good Thursday.
Tell me something good.
Let me know something you've done good in amateur radio, and we will make it part of today's show. All right, let's take a look around the world at people's shacks because we got a lot of photos to share. And this is my favorite part of the show. Next to the part we get to honor someone like we did Josh today, right? Today, this is my favorite part because we get to look around the world and look at what you have. This one comes from Jim in Walnut Creek, California. It says, here's my play area. Take a look at that. This is great. This is Jim. Whiskey 6, Juliet, India Mike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys right there for CW. Jim, thanks for sharing that. It's on Discord. Good to see it. We also have this one from Mike Whiskey 7, Oscar Foxtrot Sierra, My Shack, IC 7300, and an IC 706 Mark II-G. Beautiful setup. Thank you for sending that. That's good. Also, Bass in Holland. Take a look at this. This is Bass, his antennas. Look at this. Bass has this great antenna right here. Look at that tower. Take a look at that. That's what Bass has. Oh my gosh. And here's the top of it. Look at the radiators up there. Bass in Holland. My goodness. Bass, it's so nice to have you here. I mean that. Also, here's a picture of Martin from Holland. Papa Echo 9, Tango India Golf. My setup in the corner of my XYL walk-in closet. Compromise is the key word. If it ain't a challenge, it's no fun. That's a nice picture of what you've got. Look at the radios there. He's got the 7300. He's got the 9700. And I'm trying to figure out the third one down below. I still am having a hard time. Let me know on that, Martin, will you? Also, a couple of handhelds. This is a clean shack. Martin, I'm glad you sent that. Thank you. This is really nice. Also, Lewis in Heber City, Utah, Kilo 7, Alpha Alpha Golf. This is one of his radiators going into his tree for his antenna. Here's another look at a second antenna project he's doing. Thankfully, the snow is melting and he's doing good. Here's our dear friend, John. John's been around a long time, got his license here on this show. And John, I never lose sight of that. I'm grateful that you got the energy and encouragement to go get your license. And I'm so happy. John, look, John passed his with honors. Isn't that cool? John right here with a handheld. Victor Echo 5, Juliet Hotel November. A great shot of John making some calls. Here's one from Jeff in Eastern Tennessee, November 4, Pop Oscar Delta. This is part of a radio room built into a trailer from a ham club. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the radios there. It's almost like being in a radio store. That's fantastic, Jeff. Also, this is him with the radio group from the Cleveland Amateur Radio Club. Look at the group right there. He's with Tom, Donna, Paul, and I believe that's it with Jeff. It's a good picture. Thanks, Jeff. Here's another shot, little picture of what they've got. Now, when you took a look at the photo that had all the photos underneath the countertops, right? That comes from here. It comes from that trailer that's in the middle. This is their setup. They had a free ham fest. Cleveland Amateur Radio Club, their 60th anniversary out of Cleveland, Tennessee. Thank you so much, Jeff, for sending the photos you did. Well, let's share it here on the show. Also, Tom in Bahrain, Alpha 92 Golf Whiskey. Here is his setup. It's just basically a wire. Sorry, he's got a vertical. And this was the DX Commander vertical. He's using portions of it to be able to get his antenna up in the air. And Tom puts it together and it leans a little bit due to the other radiator going out. So this is basically part of his end-fed halfway vertical. How does he deal with it? Take a look.
Quebec Victor, November 2, Quebec Victor, Roger.
A lot of stations North America just booming in. As you can tell, this guy's in New York. He's running a superstation. He's got a 4/4/4 running 1.5 kilowatts, so he's a superstation. But still, I worked a lot of stations in the U.S. But the conditions are amazing. It's after 5 o'clock in the morning and it's still going. It's just gone all night.
And take a look at Tom's log. Look at this. This was the log from that day. And the calls that he made. Look at that. And this is coming from Bahrain. And what Tom said is that 20 is working all night long now in the Middle East. So mid-latitudes, again, you're going to work the daytime bands all night long. The sun is just so high in terms of its sunspots and the SFI number that's coming in from the sun that you're just able to make a lot of calls because you get so much sunlight there. Great work. 3 pages of calls from that time out in the field. Tom just literally off the Persian Gulf. That's where he was. If you'd like to share a photo or something of your shack, a couple of ways you can do so. You can either hit us up on our email address, which is cqhamradiolive@gmail.com, or you can just put on Discord like everyone else is doing at ham-radio-live. Thank you for the photos, guys. That's my favorite part of the show. It really is. I enjoy that part because it's sharing you. It's all sharing what y'all are doing, which is really a lot of fun. Our question today is Tell Me Something Good Tuesday.
Tell me something good.
I said Tuesday, Thursday. You know what I mean. Throw me something good Thursday. I usually do the show on Tuesday with Tell Me Something Good. And it's Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. Get used to saying it. But anyway, it's Tell Me Something Good Thursday. Let me know something good that looks like in your ham radio world, and we will make it part of today's show. All right? We're going to have a neat sign-off thing. In honor of Cinco de Mayo, we played the Richie Valens Open of La Bamba. And I was close. I was really close with playing. There's 2 versions. Most people know the Los Lobos version, which is the one that came with the movie. But Richie Valens' version was so clean and pure, you have to play that for Cinco de Mayo. At least I thought so. So I hope you enjoyed the song. We're going to have a sign-off today from Mexico. Help celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Well, hope you like that. Check with me on something good, and we'll put it as part of today's show. All right? All right. Let me tell you real quick what's been going on around the world, and hopefully this is something that you'll understand pretty simply, okay? When we look at the MUF map like this is what's been happening the last 3 weeks. A lot of DX, and I told my father-in-law this past week, a lot of DX is on 17 meters and on 15, a ton of it. Some of it's on 12. You can get all the way to 12. You're going to make good calls. Because, for example, let's take a look right now. If you're in the UK, right? You're on the island there in the UK. It's at 23 megahertz. Look where it goes. It goes right into northern Canada. It goes in towards the States. It goes down into Asia and into the Philippines. You see that? It's got 12 meters, 15 meters, real good to work. But if you try and go to 10, all right, most of it is in the south. That's just where it is. When you get south, like in the United States, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, We're getting 10 meters down there, but it's just not coming far enough north for us. Because of that reason, we have a real problem with getting on 10 meters. And so for most of the world, I mean, in my father-in-law's house on 17, I was hearing Italy, Estonia, UK, Italy, I believe, and that was northern Italy. I don't know what southern Italy had. Also, Spain was coming in, and that was on 17 meters. So don't be upset that 10 isn't maybe working on, your frequency where you're at. Go to the highest you can use on your maximum usable frequency. Make calls there. And what Tom said was so important. It's a good teaching moment. He was talking about being on 20 meters all night long from the Middle East, which you can easily do because there's so much ionization of the atmosphere at the mid-latitudes, right? The sun shines a lot. We have a high SFI. It goes to the atmosphere. It charges up the ionosphere. But at the mid and south latitudes, right there between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, you get a lot of ionization. For that reason, the daytime bands will still work at night. That's why if you look at Tom's picture of the calls that he made. Let's take a quick glance at his logbook, okay? Tom's log, look at all of them, okay? He's got a lot of stuff from Europe, but if you look carefully, there's a lot of North America calls there too, and he's making them west. All of these calls, for the most part, are coming from the west. So don't be afraid to use that maximum usable frequency right about sunset. Use your radio there. You might make your best calls of the day. Seriously. And don't forget 20 meters because it's working really well. I'm seeing 20 working well here until just about midnight and the signals drop. So don't be afraid to work 20. You'll make some really good calls, okay? That's good. Just thought I would share that with you, all right? Also, want to remind you, please join us on our Discord channel. After the show, we keep the conversation going. It is at ham-radio-live. If you'd like to keep talking about radio for a little while, we'll all be together from around the world to have a little chat about radio. My name is Larry. My call sign in amateur radio is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I don't take this for granted. I have really missed you guys. This is a joy for me to do, and I thank you for making it that way for me, okay? If you'd like to get your amateur radio license, you've always wanted to, but we're thinking it's too hard, or you don't retain things, for gosh sakes, don't do that. You deserve to get your amateur radio license, and you can do it. Contact someone like the Radio Society of Great Britain. They are a wonderful group at www.rsgb.org. Please make sure and hit the Contact Us button. Let them know where you're at, and then they're going to send you a ham radio club that's close to you. You contact that club, and they're going to help you to get your license. www.rsgb.org. Just hit the Contact Us bar. www.rsgb.org. They're a great group. They really are. Bass, I don't even have my license yet, but we're going to work on you to get that license, man. We are. Yes, we are, Bass. Yes, we are. Nice comment from Robert before we close the show. This call sign, Whiskey 5, India Union Alpha, DX on 17 meters most every day. Bingo. Yes, sir. Yep. And that's where it was in Central California. No, I guess Northern California, technically. It was on 17. And there was a ton of DX there. Go to 17 meters. You might be shocked at what you hear, but right now, 17 is a great band to work around the world. And we're going to say a quick hello to Spike. Good to see you as well, my friend. Rob, thank you for being a great friend out of Southern California. My name's Larry. My call sign, amateur radio, is Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you, wherever you may be in this wonderful world of ours. Until we meet again tomorrow at 1900 UTC, and I untire my tongue and we speak clearly. Thanks for joining us. Till next time, goodbye, everybody.
You're watching XETV Fox 6 San Diego. Our transmitter is located on Mount San Antonio, Baja California, serving San Diego and Tijuana. XETV Channel 6 transmits on an assigned frequency from 82 to 88 megahertz, transmitting 100,000 watts of video power and an audio signal of 20,000 watts, as authorized by the Secretary of Communication and Transportation of Mexico.
Está usted viendo XETV Fox 6 San Diego. Nuestro transmisor está localizado en Monte San Antonio, Baja California, sirviendo a San Diego y Tijuana. XETV Canal 6 transmite en una frecuencia asignada de 82 a 88 MHz, transmitiendo con una potencia de 100.000 watts de video y 20.000 watts de audio.